Last week, Google had their Google I/O presentation where they normally show updates to their operating systems and to their AI, which we all know is the best AI that there is in the market right now. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick recap of the most important things that were announced in the Google I/O presentation. And I'm also going to tell you regarding some surprises that they showed. And as you can tell by my face, it's not necessarily good surprises. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to start with what Google I/O is all about, which is the software or the enhancements to the AI. One of the enhancements to the AI that they have made is called scene exploration. In scene exploration, you're going to be able to get information regarding different objects in a scene. They use the example of going to the supermarket, wanting to buy something in particular, but having different options of what you want. And it tells you ratings that people have given, which ones taste better in their opinion, etc. And also nutritional facts regarding each individual one if they happen to have different nutritional facts. I honestly found that very impressive when I saw it. I was amazed regarding that we've come so far. I mean, it's really impressive. Anyways, as some of the other things that they have done, the next one I'm going to be talking about is for those of you who have the Nest Hub Max, and it's called Look and Talk. With the Look and Talk, you don't have to use the OK Google to be able to activate the Nest Hub Max. You will just be able to look and talk to it directly without having to use the activation phrase. You will also be able to add, they will also be adding additional phrases that you can program it to respond to. Like, for example, timers, etc. They gave a few options, but you get the idea. That is also a very nice thing, that you don't have to use the phrase in order to activate it. By just saying, looking at it and saying what you want, it's very nice that it'll start responding. Another improvement to the AI is that it will try to guess what you are saying without you actually completing the sentence. The example that they use is that the person requested a song but only remembered part of the band's name. Automatically, the Google Assistant understood, came to the conclusion that it was this band, and started playing music regarding that particular band. I found that very, and I'm being honest here, very impressive, considering that sometimes we want to tell Siri something, we say it right, and she still doesn't understand what the heck we're saying. So I found that part very impressive, that even if you don't finish a sentence, Google Assistant will know what you're trying to say and give you the best result based on what it understood. There were not many good updates to the Android OS per se. There were a couple of important ones to be exact. One of them is that they're going to start implementing and pushing companies to use the RCS system for messaging. Instead of you having to use a third-party app like WhatsApp, you will be able to use RCS, which is closer to multimedia messaging and better than the MMS system or the SMS system that is being currently used. The only other thing that was, in my opinion, important was Google Wallet and the introduction of Google Wallet. And for us Apple users, we want to welcome all Google users to the year 2012. You know what? It's kind of being unfair, 2012. I mean, back in 2012, it was called Passbook, not Wallet. So we're going to give you a pass on that one. Even though it does exactly the same thing and it's now called Wallet, It started being cold wallet in 2015. So welcome to 2015 for you Android users. Anyways, the important thing is that it has all the features that we Apple users know and love. You can store your credit cards, passport information, not passport, boarding pass information, etc. So it'll basically be like an Apple Wallet. They are using the same ideas in order to give you a Google Wallet. The next thing they spoke about is Android tablet and promises to make the experiences better. The only thing I really care about regarding Android tablet is for the experience to be better in regards to the apps. You know that most of the Android apps are just blown up mobile or cell phone versions of that app. You know, that's got to stop. Google has to do something, give some incentive to those app developers to, you know, make the tablet the actual tablet app so they can figure out a way to move this step forward, because honestly, Android is not a bad operating system, but in the case of a tablet, it falls so far behind just because most of the apps are just blown up mobile apps. So as long as they do that, really anything else is just, you know, awesome. It's welcome, but just start with that. As long as you improve on that, and they said on the presentation that they are doing their best to improve on that. As long as you improve on that little by little, I mean, everything else will be okay. So my recommendation to Google would be focus on that first, then focus on everything else regarding the operating system, because the operating system is good enough so far. Okay, the next thing that they spoke about was actual devices. This is what I said, you know, it's the surprise, but it's not necessarily a good surprise. And one of the ones that is not necessarily a good surprise is something that they showed that they're in development in. And it was, don't get me wrong, it was, what they showed was impressive. It was really, really, really good. A person wears glasses, and in those glasses, if the person is hard of hearing, they will be able to get a transcription of what the person in front of them is saying. Or if there's a language barrier, they will get translation to their language of what the other person is saying. On the examples that they showed, it looked really, really good. That's why, you know, I'm being genuine here. It's if they actually develop this, it's really, really good. The only problem is if they actually develop this. They didn't say that there would be a release coming soon or anything like that. They just showed this great device, because it's a great device, but they didn't give us any additional information regarding it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens regarding this specifically. Next things kind of have a date. Starting with the Pixelbuds, which actually have a date that's coming really soon this summer. The Pixelbuds Pro are getting a the Pixelbuds getting a Pro version. It will start at $199, and they claim to be basically a great competitor and even better version of the AirPods Pro. They have noise canceling, they have transparency, and great sound. And I obviously give it in quotations because the AirPods Pro also promise great sound, and you know, we all know what we get. We get good sound, not great sound. Anyways, as long as they, you know, if they can give just a little bit better than AirPods Pro, they'll be fine. It's a great device. They say it'll switch just like the AirPods do. So I see that, you know, the idea is great. Let's see how the implementation goes. But the idea sounds great. Next thing they did announce that will also be coming out this summer is the Pixel 6a, the long-awaited update to the A version of the Pixel. I love the look of the phone. The phone looks just like the Pixel 6. For most people, you put them side by side, they will not be able to tell the difference between the Pixel 6a and the Pixel 6. There's a few things that they obviously had to sacrifice in order to be able to give you the lower cost. One of them is the screen. The screen is not even an inch smaller than the Pixel 6, but it will have a fixed refresh rate of 60 hertz, which means it should have less battery even though the screen is a little bit smaller than the Pixel 6. The other thing is that it will have older camera lenses. It will not have the latest and greatest from the Pixel 6. But those of you who have seen those of you who have seen pictures from the Pixel, that's why I got confused. Pictures from the Pixel before know that the Pixel used to take great photos even when it had just one lens. You know, many companies, starting with Apple, started adding multiple lenses in order to take better pictures, and the Pixel with just one lens was taking better pictures than they did needing more than one lens. Anyways, this Pixel 6a will use the Tensor chip. It will have an under-the-screen fingerprint scanner. So, what's the point of you buying an iPhone SE? Just buy this. Honestly, I know, for those of you who are in the Apple ecosystem, I know it's hard, but the Pixel 6a is a better phone. The Pixel 6a might even be a better phone for what it has and the cost than even an iPhone 14 when it comes out this year. Even better than just an regular iPhone 13. It might be better than that. It does not have wireless charging or anything like that. But then again, for $499, you already are getting a great phone. You just sacrifice on 2 things, 3 if you count the wireless charging, and you're getting a great phone regardless. After these last 2 things, it's when it got really weird. They announced the Pixel 7, which is not coming out in 6 months, but they announced the Pixel 7. They showed everybody what the Pixel 7 was going to look like. Subtle changes. Basically, the bar from the camera, which I love. I love it. When you touch the phone, it doesn't wobble like the iPhone or many others who just have all the lenses in one side. It will just now be made of one single piece of aluminum or stainless steel. I can't remember which one it is. Anyways, you get the idea. It's going to be just made of one piece with the cutout for each one of the glass for the lenses. I find that I find that Pixel 7 designed to be close to perfection. Close to perfection. I really, really like it. It will have the next generation of the Tensor chip. No prices were announced or anything like that, so we'll just have to wait and see. With the Pixel 7, we will also get a Pixel Watch. The long-rumored Pixel Watch will finally be dropping this year. It is a beautiful design. Beautiful. A rounded design. It looks so classy, to give it a word. It is a beautiful, beautiful design. The only problem that I found with it, and yeah, I find problems in everything. The only problem that I found with it was that they started showing you the notifications, and the notifications are square and a round screen. And that for me was a big issue, because you get so little data inside that circle. I don't know how they're going to pull it off and make it successful. I really don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to have to eventually make a change regarding that, because I didn't like it, to say the least. The other thing that I didn't like was the bezels. The bezels for a 2022 device are way too big, especially considering that the latest Apple Watch, this is not it, the Series 7, the screen, there's information literally where the glass bends on the bezels. And when they showed this watch, there was so much space on the bezels. The bezels are huge by 2022 standards. I mean, if you compare it to the Apple Watch Series 3, then okay. Or the first Apple Watch, then okay. It's understandable, but it's 2022. This watch has been rumored for a really, really long time. And those are just, I don't know. I can't say that it will be a success because that is a big issue. People want as much information as possible out of such a small screen. And I don't know if the Pixel Watch will be able to deliver on that. Finally, to get extra weird, in May of 2022, they announced that sometime in 2023, the Pixel tablet will be coming out. Now, they did show what it kind of sort of looks like. They showed it from the front and a few areas from the back. We know in the back there's a camera, a microphone, it has speakers, so that's nice. But in the front, white bezels. I really don't like white bezels. My wife has an iPad, a white iPad, and those white bezels, every time she tries to show me something, it's distracting. It's really distracting. It's bad. Anyways, I'm gonna leave the bezels alone because, you know, I already criticized the iMac when it came out, and I got a whole lot of crap for it on the comments. So anyways, they promised that it will be something on the premium side or the pro side. I just want them to do something that's actually competitive with the iPad or even with the Galaxy Tab. The Galaxy Tab is a good tablet. I just want something to be like that. But as I mentioned when I spoke about Android tablet, they have to work with the apps. You can give people the greatest tablet with the best quality image on the screen and all that stuff. But if I'm still using a blown up app for Facebook, it's not worth it. There's so much difference between the iPhone app and the iPad app from Facebook, for example, that, you know, you need to make that distinction. And I just hope that it succeeds. But I just, you know, they really need to push these third-party companies of making both mobile and a tablet version of their apps. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button below me. While you're down there, if you have any comments, leave them down there. Subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notified when we have new videos. I want to thank everybody who has left those encouraging comments, saying thank you, liking my videos. The encouragement is greatly appreciated. I really thank you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really does help me want to make all these videos. And I know I've talked a lot, so let's get to the end. Remember, we're available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously YouTube at J.R. Abrams Tech, so you can stay up to date with the latest news and rumors about tech. Until next time.